Hello everybody and welcome to Disney Playlist, the series in which I take a central theme and I just sort of create an itinerary at Disney World around that theme, and it's a fun way to look at Disney in a different light. Some past themes have been things like video games or comedy or horror. Today, since allergy season has started, and you might hear it in my voice, I'm suffering from allergies, today's theme is going to be allergies. Now, to kick off the playlist, like every other playlist, we're going to pick the hotel that reminds me of allergies the most. And we will be staying at the Disney's Coronado Springs Resort solely for the fact that it has spring in the name, and spring means allergies. Now, after waking up in the morning and leaving the Coronado Allergy Resort, we head on over to the Animal Kingdom because of course we'd go to the Animal Kingdom. Look at all these trees. It's Allergy Central. But specifically, we're going to head on over to Dinosaur over in Dinoland, USA. Why Dinosaur? Well, because if you've never been on Dinosaur, this is a ride in which you get sent back in time to retrieve a dinosaur before the comet that wipes them out hits the Earth. That means going back to a time where there were no people, and there were no buildings, and there was no civilization. So you know what there was plenty of? Nature, and trees, and flowers, and allergies. And that's why Dinosaur is the #1 stop on our allergy playlist. But that's not the only stop. We're going to head on over to Hollywood Studios for another allergy-themed attraction. The next stop is a first for the Disney Playlist series. It's the Honey, I Shrunk the Kid movie set adventure. Because what's worse than allergies figuratively killing you? It's when they literally kill you, because the pollen is so large that it could probably crush you if it were to fall on you. Seriously, it's bad enough that they get in your nose, but to have the pollen break your nose too is really, really awful. And that's why it's our second stop on the pollen/allergy playlist. Now, of course, after 2 rides, we pick a place to have lunch, but the place I picked to have lunch isn't actually built in MC Magic, so we can't visit it. But it sure enough is in Disney World. It is over at the Swan Hotel, and it is a restaurant called Garden Grove. Now you may be thinking, Rob, you probably picked it because it's got garden in the name. Is that all you're going to do? You're just going to pick attractions that have flowers and plants in the name? No. It's not just because it has garden in the name. It's also because if you've ever been there, there's literally a tree in the center of the restaurant. I don't even know if the tree is real or not, but I don't really care because just having a tree inside is enough to earn a spot on my allergy playlist. And after a sneezy and runny-nosed lunch, we're going to head on over to a whole new park. In fact, this is one playlist where we will touch every single park, and we're going to head on over to the Magic Kingdom. And in the Magic Kingdom, our attraction for the Disney allergy playlist is the Swiss Family Treehouse, because it's an attraction that not only has trees, but it is a tree. It's a giant tree. It's a house in a tree. Living in a tree would be an allergy sufferer's worst nightmare because it's just pollen everywhere. I bet people who live in a tree house probably make some of the rooms out of pollen. They just pat it down and they make walls out of it, and it's called the pollen room. And allergy sufferers should probably stay away from the pollen room. We're going to finish out the allergy playlist here in Epcot, and our first stop at Epcot is going to be at the Land with Living with the Land. I mean, first, the Land, because obviously, the Land is where trees grow, and the trees are where pollen comes from, and that's where allergies do their worst. But specifically, Living with the Land. Now, why Living with the Land? I mean, in Soarin', you're flying over all the different lands where allergies could happen. But there's something special about Living with the Land, and that's this next part here. That's the greenhouse. Because I think the only thing scarier than being trapped outside with all of that pollen is being trapped inside with all of that pollen. And that is why you earn a spot on the Disney Allergy playlist. And after a terrifying ride of being trapped in a glass bubble with all the trees and pollen creating plants, we're going to grab some dinner over in China at 9 Dragons. Now, you might be wondering, what does 9 Dragons have anything to do with trees or allergies? Dragons don't have allergies. I assume dragons don't have allergies. It has nothing to do with allergies. It has to do with the fact that you can get some spicy dishes at 9 Dragons, which is definitely going to come in handy for clearing those sinuses after going on all of these crazy pollen-ridden attractions. And then finally, the final attraction for our Walt Disney World allergy playlist isn't a ride, it isn't a show, it's actually an event, and it is the entire Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot that occurs every single year. Many people love it for all of the pretty flowers and all of the gardens, but allergy sufferers like me stay away like it's the plague. Anyway, time to pass the question on to you. What attractions, what features, what hotels, what restaurants remind you of allergies? Let me know in the comments below, or let me know on Twitter @RobPlays. And if you haven't figured it out already, this video was kinda made as a joke. Central Florida and Disney World is actually one of the few places I can go to get away from my allergies. However, I'm here in New York, and allergy season has begun, and I've been hit pretty hard with them. So I figured I'd make the most of this situation and make a little joke video out of it. So if I sound a little boogery in the next couple of weeks, I apologize, but we're just going to have to get through spring together. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great week. Whatever you're doing, make the most of it, even if it is filled with allergies. And I'll see you all next time for the next episode of Disney Playlists. Bye, everybody.